Are you?
I need my gavel.
You said you turn your live.
We're live.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and open up, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and call what month is we in? March. Meeting open for Tennessee Ridge. I'm gonna go ahead and open us in a word of prayer since Travis is not here. Lord, thank you for this day, Lord, and thank you for the ones that are here tonight, Lord. Just go with us and help us make the right decisions for this city, Lord, that we live in and that we're proud of, Lord. Just go with us and lead us and guide us. In thy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You gonna do a roll call?
Yes, sir. Mayor Odom,
Here.
Brian Bumpus,
Here.
Daryl Allison,
Here.
David Wood,
Here.
Travis White is absent. Also present, Leslie Rucker, Kenneth Dunavant, Seth Rye. Sid Vincent is attending remotely. Andy Lemons and Kenneth Billings representing the fire department.
Okay. Next thing on the agenda is approve last month's minutes, which was January, because we missed December. We're gonna count the bad weather. So
Motion to approve.
we have a motion.
Second.
You got a second?
Motion by Daryl Allison, second by Brian Bumpus. Mayor Odom,
Yes.
Brian Bumpus,
Yes.
Daryl Allison,
Yes.
David Wood.
Yes.
Vote 4 yes, motion is passed.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of jump around here on the agenda a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and let T-Dot spoke. We're gonna let you speak again to the board here. I think Brian's the only one that wasn't here a while ago, but just
So thank you all for having us. So my name is Zane Pennell. I'm the TDOT Region 3 Traffic Operations Manager. And so in our unit, we have permitting. So we permit all grading, commercial driveway, and utility permits that connect on state highway or state right of way. Also in our units is the health, which is Freeway Service Patrol, and the TMC, which if you've ever seen all the cameras on the interstate, we monitor all interstate incidents 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we also do highway safety projects. Then we have Lee Rogers, who's the district manager over construction and maintenance, and Tyler Young, who's the team lead in our office over highway safety and permitting. I'm here if y'all have any questions. I answered a few questions earlier.
Well,
I will
earlier.
freely.
Brian wasn't here earlier.
Yes, you can.
The discussion, the road access to the new subdivision down here.
Yeah. I was just curious what's going to try to be done, or what's the plan, I guess.
Yeah. So 12. So they have. Well, hang on. Let me back up. So probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, we met with Mr. Harmon and his business partner. I think his name was Ken. And so what they were seeking to do was 12 individual driveways. So when they came to us, we said, hey, they only have 100 foot of frontage on each lot. And we said, to meet our requirements, you have to have 200 feet of frontage on each driveway, or 200 feet of spacing on each driveway. And you also have to meet intersection sight distance requirements. So what that means is if you're looking left, if you're looking left from the driveway, it's 500 feet. If you're looking right, it's 430 feet. And those are standards across the board, across the United States. So they're not being held to any different standard. They're being held to the same standard that we hold everyone to in Tennessee. And so with that, what they'll have to do is provide a topographic survey, and that's what I was just telling them, a topographic survey with 2-foot contours and a grading plan from a licensed professional engineer showing that they can cut that hillside back to achieve sight distance. Now, if they can do those two things, then we would certainly permit it. But just from years of experience, traffic engineering experience, and looking at thousands of permits, we can usually tell when you're in an S curve like the one that's out there that's got horizontal and vertical requirements, it's going to be difficult, and you're going to have to do some grading work.
Well, what he was saying a while ago, would that fall under commercial or is that residential? He brought a good point.
Yeah. So anytime that anything comes before the commission and they're subdividing a lot of cities will come to us and say, we're treating this as a commercial development because you have one sole owner. Now, if there was 12 different owners on that building 12 different lots, and sometimes take an example for 4 lots of mom and dad have 3 kids and they're subdividing it all out to their kids, they sell it out to their kids. Then yes, we treat those as one, each lot individually. But anytime that you're subdividing a lot and you have one sole owner, it's called a subdivision, and we hold it to the commercial driveway standards.
So y'all, I mean, we as a city, of course, the planning commission approved the plat. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, the only way that this board would get back involved with the driveways is y'all reject them, and he has to come back and build a road,
Yeah.
which would be a city road, and he'll have to bring it up, which we go by TDOT. We go by y'all's regulations on the road. It's got to be certain wide, so many big rock, crush and run, then asphalt, 8 inches of asphalt, or what, Seth, man, I can't remember what it is. 6 to 8 inches of asphalt on top of that.
Yeah, so
I'm sure he's
it depends
trying to
on,
avoid that, I'm sure.
so it depends on what you all require before you permit and when you all sign the plat. So if you require some cities and counties will require where the driveway locations are going to be on the plat. That way it's signed, sealed, and it's done. Some cities wait until the permitting process, and that's when we try to meet hand in hand with you all. We've gone through planning commission and then let's meet together.
Now that we know,
Yeah.
This board and the planning commission too would be more than glad to work with
Yes.
TDOT.
Yeah.
In the past, we actually didn't know.
Yeah.
Y'all are changing that, and I think everybody's communication, that's what
Well,
it takes.
yeah, and we're really trying to get pushed out because, back in 2020, you saw the Hendersonvilles and Mount Juliet's and Franklin's and Brentwood's, like all those cities suburbs close to Davidson County, those really boomed out. And now we're starting to see this growth into places like Tennessee Ridge,
that's why
Lawrenceburg. And
somewhere like Tennessee Ridge.
yes,
It's here.
yes. And when you start seeing that growth out here, and it's very fresh and it's very new to you all. So we're really trying to get out to a lot of the rural counties and just say, hey, let's discuss this because we want to work with you all. And really our main focus is we get no benefit out of any of it. Our main focus is to protect the general
Safety.
public safety. And so, because inevitably it happens, day in and day out, something gets permitted that should not have been permitted. And then it falls back on the city and it falls back on the state. Some kid pulls out of his driveway, gets T-boned, and who do they call? And they forcibly blame the state and the city. And I mean, I put together legal documents and lawsuit documents for TDOT all the time. And, it's just based on my experience of what I've seen out there makes the road safer and what more
Well, that's
detrimental.
by y'all showing making us aware of it. If we have anybody else to approach us, wanting us to approve a subdivision, the first thing is the planning commission will do is say, if you contact the TDOT,
Yeah.
if they say no, we'll just postpone everything until they get that side of it ironed out. Because
Yes.
I've been here my whole life, but I never was really, in the past, you just called your local office down there, they come
Yeah.
and looked at it, you wrote a check, driveway went in.
Yes.
Things ain't like it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly. So it's a way that we're trying to be able to control what we call the population boom.
Right.
Is that we consider seeing what you just saw, and we see it day in and day out as what used to be agricultural use up here, and now they're just going to divide it, chop it up into 17 lots or 16 lots, whatever it is. But which inevitably creates more trips on the roadways.
Y'all got any more questions? We really appreciate y'all being here, taking the time out of your schedule to be here at 6 o'clock in Tennessee Ridge. So,
No, absolutely. I think we will go from one end of the state to the other today.
Yeah.
So,
I live in Lawrence County. So
oh man, you gotta drive.
we
home.
got a trip. So,
Pretty good drive.
yes. Thank
But
you.
we really appreciate y'all being here and for the information. Be more glad to work with y'all in the future.
Yes, sir.
Making us aware of what we need to do.
Yes, sir.
We're
Absolutely.
approaching this again.
Absolutely. Yes.
Would y'all
Thank you.
leave your business cards with all of us? You got them?
Okay.
And Leslie has all of our contacts.
Okay.
And like Zane said, I'm the district operations manager for District 38, so I have 9 counties. This is one of them.
Okay.
If it's anything construction or maintenance related for the state, I'll give you my card, reach out to me about anything. Like I said earlier, I hardly sleep anyway, so if you call me at 9 o'clock at night, I'm probably gonna.
Okay.
Call me 6 o'clock in the morning, I may sound like I'm still half asleep, but I will answer the phone. So if it's maintenance related, which that's mostly what y'all are seeing out here, you'll start to see a couple of small construction projects, resurfacing, safety projects, bridge repairs, stuff like that. I'm over all of that, so feel free to call me about it.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
And
Appreciate
I'll
y'all
leave-
coming.
I'll leave my cards on this table right here.
Okay.
And then if y'all need more, just let me know. I'll send some more this way.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. I only got 2. I'm gonna grab some more on the truck.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Parrish?
How you doing,
All
sir?
right. How was duck season?
Oh,
Kill a bunch of ducks?
well, December was great. January, it turned bad.
Yeah, you got the floor on the park. So
Okay, sir.
looks like you got several of the park.
We got,
Yeah, you got your own cheerleading.
well, I have to have a cheerleader every now and then, as old as I am, somebody to keep me straight.
You got a bunch
Straight
of
forward.
good people behind you there. They're
Yes, sir.
all good. You got a
Yes,
good one.
sir. That's what I've always heard. You have good people behind you, you do a good
That's
job.
right.
That's where it is.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So we're here tonight to talk about the port in place for the park. I think Leslie's got, given y'all, let y'all look at this. It's expensive. I might can get you some extra dollars to help the expense way. Can't say that we can,
Right.
but we're talking about probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000 to do that playground out there. Advantages. This is good for 10 to 15 years. Disadvantage is it costs a lot of money to start with.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to the wood fiber, you have to replace that ever so often. So what would cost you, I'd say anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000, $15,000 to do it the first time. You're talking probably every other year you're going to have to spend this money to do this. Wood fibers are more maintenance upkeep involved, where this is not so much of a maintenance increase involved.
Yeah, that stuff right there, I've looked at it. Somebody had a piece of it. And it was-
I gave him some.
Okay,
yeah.
That stuff's the way to go if we can afford it.
So, but like I said, this is expensive. And that's just an option that you have. If I can get you some more money, would you be willing to match that money to do this? That's what I guess I'm asking.
How much how much is probable
Well,
amount?
I can't tell you exactly.
Will it be a percentage grant or will they just pay or,
Right.
I guess I'm wondering, say we got $100,000, do they want to pay half of it or can we get 50%, 25%?
If we can get the state, and we'll have to go to them, I'll have to call. See, normally when they give the grants out, they leave very little in reserve. They
Right.
just, they give all the money away. Now, there may be people that got a grant that no longer wants that grant, that money goes back into the kitty. And so we may have had that to happen. Now, I can't tell you, in the past, we've had it happen. I can't tell you now that it's happened. But I can call and find out if I can get extra money for this. I don't know how much. I don't have a clue. And I can find out. And if I find out, I'll let Leslie know as soon as I can possibly let her know. But this is, Mark's been in the business in the Parks and Recreation business, and they've had it. You had it at Clarksville, and he did it in Texas. It's easier to take care of. It's easier to maintain. You still got to have maintain on it, things like that. It's guaranteed for so many years, in that. So the other is going to be, just like we said, going to be wood fiber. It's gonna be spread out there as deep as your,
Gravel.
I thought it was rubber.
do what, man?
I thought it was rubber fiber.
The rubber fiber,
The rubber,
I don't know how much it is. It's gonna be cheaper than this.
that's what we had talked about. Originally was putting up.
So I can find out how much.
That's what the board had decided they wanted to go with originally.
But this is the fiber that you saw. Now, I'll get the price for this to get it up to the standard. Still got maintenance issues you still got to take care of because it's not bonded like this right here. So, and you'll have to replace it because you know where a lot of the kids are going to just like rocks. They pick it up and throw it outside. You're going to have to replace some of it as you go. I will find out. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will get all three prices.
Yeah, I don't think the wood, I've dealt with that in the past and stuff. It just goes away. It just rots away.
We done had wood on that once. We dug it out and put the gravel in.
Yes, sir.
Wood is not really gonna be an option. It does all right the first year and then it sinks and rots and then you've got a muddy playground.
It wears out. I mean, it decomposes. It's just, after a certain time, it turns back.
So you're saying to do the good stuff is going to be about $100,000 to do that place?
This one right here, I'd say 100,000. This I can't tell you. Because when this is done and this is done, and I know it's making a difference what you use. You gotta have a hit impact criteria testing done on this to make sure that the watermelon don't bust when it hits the
Right.
floor. And that, so this all gotta be done. But they'll know, people that I talk to will know how many inches of this you've gotta have by the height of your equipment.
Well, the one there, if I understand this correctly, it has to have a concrete base under it, right?
They recommend that.
And
Yes,
then that one there, we can actually do somewhat like we got now. We don't have to have concrete under it, correct?
That's correct.
Still need a drainage base.
True.
Gravel,
Yes.
it'll probably be in the neighborhood of 6, 8, maybe 10 inches of crushed road. That one, probably on top of the concrete, would be in the neighborhood of 4 to 6 inches.
Right.
So really lasts,
Because that one will come more like a mat and then it'll just lay on top. of it.
It'll be just about exactly right. But this
Now,
will
that's
be
in addition to,
bonded.
that's $100,000 in addition to. It doesn't, $100,000 doesn't cover all the ADA compliance that we have to do.
Right.
Okay, so that is an addition.
This is just for this.
And the
this is
grant
just
is 50/50, so we have to match 50%.
Right.
I think that's what your question was
Yes.
earlier.
If there's availability for money. Include concrete?
Do what?
Does that include the concrete?
I don't know.
We'd have to pull this out.
I don't know that neither. I will find out. I will find you what this has to be done with.
That, and
We
then,
may be able to put, you may be able to put crushed rock over under.
you can get a price on the other two.
I'll get prices on all three subjects.
We don't need it on the
and that.
wood. We're not going to go the wood
Okay.
route.
Yeah, don't even mess with it.
We don't.
We done tried that. That wasn't real good.
I'll get you prices between this and this,
That'll
okay?
work.
And what it'll actually cost.
Either way, you're gonna put stone on it. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
put 6 to 8 inches stone regardless, so.
Yeah.
You can't really weigh that in the cost.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I will get with you within the end of the week, as soon as I can get some prices up. And then she can get with y'all.
Okay.
And as soon as we can find out, we need to get started. We can get this done before summertime gets here and the kids will have a place to play this summer.
Right. It's already been several up here. I come by here Saturday. it was full.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're proud of our park. Y'all done a good job with it too. On the park board, we appreciate everything y'all do.
Well, we've enjoyed it. You know, it's like when we first come to you and talk to you, you know, we like working with these small communities because they need it a whole lot worse than Clarksville or Metro Nashville or Jackson or
That's very
like
true.
that. So
That's very true.
that's our motto is to help you because
And you come by here on the weekends, it's full. You
Yes, sir.
see,
I've been here.
it's,
I've been here.
they use it. They use it. And,
How long do you think it'll be before you hear about how much more additional
It's-
funds? we can
Well,
receive from
I
the
can
state?
call her tomorrow.
Okay.
I can call her tomorrow and say, hey, can we get any more money? And she won't answer, and she won't say, yes, you can, no, you can't, let me check. Because she has to go to her higher ups, just like.
I mean, that answer is going to be the deciding
The
factor
turning
on what
point.
they
The
decide.
turning,
so.
it's gonna be the turning point.
Right.
But, you know,
And plus our budget, she's already started to work on the budget, I'm sure.
yes,
So, this is already March. So if it's something we need to try to budget for, we can get it.
I will get with Shelby tomorrow and see if there's any more money available for the 25 grant round. And if there is, I'll ask her what we can get. She'll give me, it may take her a day or two to figure out if they've got any money left or not, and if we can get some more. So I can plead our case and say, you know, this is a once in a lifetime deal for the small community of
That's
Tennessee
right.
Ridge.
That's right. Use your charm.
And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So
Right.
it's sort of like your pastor down here, Charles Potter. He can preach up one side and down the other side, but sometimes you just scratch your head and wonder what he was saying.
Yeah, that's good.
Any questions before I leave?
Any of y'all got any questions? No, like I said, y'all done a good job.
I'll get with her as soon as I can,
Okay.
okay?
We'll talk.
Okay.
Mark, you got anything else you want to say?
Nope, I don't. I'm glad you're not going with the engineer wood fiber.
Can I have those
Jerry
back
was
up?
being generous when he said every other year. I was replacing them in Parksville every year. We had 22 playgrounds, and it was about $10,000 to $15,000 depending on the size of the playground every year per playground. So if that wood fiber is disintegrating.
It just rots them.
To deal with. I'm glad you're looking at alternatives.
Yeah, we don't even want to look at wood.
You're on the right track.
Thank you. Appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
And I
y'all.
gotta say this. I spent 6 hours yesterday looking for this piece of block right here. She had it
She
hid from
had
me
it.
the whole time.
All I had to do was ask. I would have told him I had it.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all coming in.
I
Appreciate you.
know. He's the one who gave it to me. He didn't say he wanted it back.
Appreciate you
Thank
staying
you.
late. Appreciate y'all staying late.
Be careful.
Yeah, y'all park got.
All righty. I know it's an overkill, but I'm just trying to be as transparent as possible. So that's why I gave you these little booklets. I just wanted to bring up a couple of things where we're at on the Veterans Park and what our vision as the Veteran Park. We just want to communicate it to you guys. Right now, we have $15,274.19 in our little fund.
Man, that's not a little fun anymore.
Well, it is when you see what we want to do.
Yeah, right.
But you know, 8,500 of that came from, it's part of that Houston County grant, which is
Right.
still with Houston County. We still have $1,000 that y'all allocate for us, on a yearly basis that's got to be spent by June, I believe. And then, you know, our fundraiser was raised about $5,774.
Right.
So, we've been meeting together and we're wanting to plan another park fundraiser. We're looking at a couple of different dates, but we feel that we haven't really done any kind of improvements this year, you know, so that we can say, hey, this is what your last year's fundraiser went towards. This is some of the things that we improved. So we were just thinking that the biggest thing that we could probably do is do the shade over that playground. However, hearing what they're saying with the stuff, that may not be feasible, but if they can shoot for summer, then maybe we can work together. You know, we did get a couple of quotes for that playground shade. One, if you would look in one of your packets, if you wanted to see what we're proposing, it's on page. And if you notice, it's like page number 12. It's kind of like a little drawing. This is not the scale. This is just an AI generated drawing. And, but we were looking at something like that. You know, of course, we can pick up the color of the top, and then the size of it would be like 45 by 44 instead of the shade, because of the ice storm and the wind that we had and all the bad weather we had. To be honest, we're not so sure how strong a shade would hold up, you know, doing like a softer material. And we have already kind of looked at maybe doing a more hard top. So this would be a more hard top foundation for in case of inclement weather or anything. So we're looking at that. And if we do that, if it gets approved and y'all are okay with doing that size, we would come to y'all and ask when budgeting comes around, at least for 8,500 to an 10,000 to be added to it, to get that, because that is quoting out about 23.5 for that shade to go across that playground. Okay. And then the other thing that we would like to do, since, the $1,000 is there, we did try to get signs to mirror like this on the backside of this pavilion out there, but they can't reproduce the exact same kind. So we decided that it would be nice to kind of honor Herb's name. So we would go on the other side, the one that's facing the road. This would be more signage. It would have like Herb goes, Veterans Park. We have that printed out there with the flag up above it, and that way it would just be another form. We did go out and get quotes. That's going to run around like $800 to get that done, which the $1,000 that we have earmarked for this year would cover that cost. We also thought about, like, I know that book barn, we talked about it a couple times, Leslie, and I know we first thought about putting it in there. We were wondering if we can maybe, so that we can show that we're doing stuff, maybe move that to a different location that we can all agree upon. We're thinking maybe in between that pavilion and the playground. I'm not sure if that would affect our y'all's project of breaking out all the old and putting in the new and all that, but it would be out of the way. Even if it's not in between the playground fence area, we could put it on the other side of the pavilion, still accessible to parents and stuff like that, different options. And we would like to maybe try to work that also to show that we're making improvements of the park before we do another fundraiser, which we have a work day scheduled April the 11th. So that's why we're coming tonight. The other thing I wanted to bring up was, we got to sign up. Playground. I did go ahead and do, we had talked about it at one of the meetings. I'm sorry. A plan, a strategic plan. So we went ahead and drafted up a strategic plan. This is part of your book, like on page 5, 6 through 9, if you want to read it, the vision statement. And in that, it outlines how the park can maintain itself after we get it to the point that we were, by doing annual events and different fundraising and stuff like that, the money that would generate would go back into keeping the park up and running. So that's one thing. We wanted to share that strategic plan with you as well. And the other thing that we were talking about on the Veterans Park, and this is thanks to Susan, Herb was a submariner, right? Okay. Well, there's an association out there, the Tennessee Submarine Memorial Association, and they do monuments and displays and stuff. And right now they're working on one, and they're trying to find a home for it. Now it's a long shot for them to consider us, but we thought we would offer up our Veterans Park for this monument, a static display. And if you look in your little booklet, the static display is on like the page 16. It would be like the hymn, back page. Described on it. And we thought that would be a nice addition, but we didn't want to go and present our park to them without y'all's permission first to doing something like that. So
That looks nice.
it covers that, and let's see. So I'm not sure when we would ask for the additional funds. I guess that would be at a future budget meeting, or if we're asking, I don't know. How that works.
I can put it in the budget and see how our numbers.
Okay. It will be just for this year, to increase it from like the 1,000 to like the 8,500 to, it could be up to 10,000, but right now we're looking at, that's the ballpark figure that we're looking to get that pavilion put up. And the quote is good for 6 months. And then the other thing, I'm never leave you guys hanging, but I also asked for someone else to volunteer to take the committee chair. I would like to stay on it, but if y'all know of anybody or remember, would like to step up.
There's plenty sitting right behind you.
Or if y'all feel like there would be a good person that would like to be part of this committee, we would like to I would like to find a replacement.
He's shaking his head.
But that's kind of like everything. Did I miss anything?
I have a question. Are we on hold for doing anything with the pavilion? until
We
figure
are.
out what we're doing with flooring out there?
Yes.
I would say,
I'd say so.
Because we're talking like a pole barn. that they
Mhm.
put the concrete in or put the flooring in, whatever. I just think it's a big thing because we raised that $5,700 at the last fundraiser. And I think it's really important that if we're going to have another fundraiser, that we were able to show the community where their money went. So when we do the next fundraiser for the park, we can say, hey, look, this is what we're doing. That's the only reason I'm asking that we're on hold until we figure out what we're doing with the floor.
Well, whatever we do with the flooring, we're going to have to get in there and dig what's in there out, and then put a base down, whether it's the chips or the solid. So I would hate to put yours in there and then get equipment in and tear something up. And, that's something I guess we need to check with on the ADA compliancy, with the post being set inside the fence. Would we have
We
to?
would have some different options to look at, depending on which way we turned the building, which size we went with. We could actually put the post on the outside of the fenced area if, different ways.
That would probably be better, just because I know how kids are when they get to running on the playground. They don't pay no attention to a post. Next thing you know, they run into a corner and you hit the corner.
So if they're gonna put that floor to the bump, you couldn't dig through that.
No,
Post that to do that.
Have to be on the
And
outside.
we would be using the metal trusses to where you have, more height.
right.
In the building without, worried about clearance and stuff like that also.
So the post is on the outside perimeter of the fence. We would still be on hold for what's going to be on the inside perimeter of the fence.
The entire fence has to come out because all of that gravel has to be removed, and then all of the drainage work is going to have to be done, and the crusher run, everything's going to have to be replaced in there. So
I see your point too, where people
Mhm.
would say, well, I get donated last year and it looks just like it did. So, but I mean,
We could draw 3 by 5 or something.
You could do it, yes, sir, we actually have done up a couple. I'll get you a packet.
right.
You have to, could you draw something up
Have future
Show them
plans.
future.
and show us, say this is our future,
We did one last year for it also, what we were planning to do with the funds raised, and we'll do that again for the next one. We'll
And
have some-
that was a really nice
pictures.
display too. You did a good
Yeah, we'll
job.
have some pictures that what we're planning on doing.
And maybe we
We'll be able
can,
to do the sign out front with the vertical Veterans Park on it, so that'll show something.
maybe just like, maybe if we can find another alternate location for that book barn and get that up. It's small stuff, but if we show that we are actually making some progress and maybe do the storyboard again, it'll help.
I don't know that I would set it between the pavilion and the park because that fence has to come out and they're going to be working in that area.
So,
So we may have to go out there and look at the other side.
I think when we do that, I'm gonna rope that. The only thing we'll leave open is the bank, we'll rope that whole grass section. I'll have to. We
Yeah,
gotta dig it.
we'll have to have it closed
all
off.
Mhm.
Put a gravel in there, dig a ditch, roll, put a drain pipe in, take that entire fence down, which I hope the fence looks like it. I mean, it looks like a fence. So it's gonna be a bigger project.
what were we mentioning about the playground material?
The playground material, like you said, the stuff that's shredded, on the day we were at, they had shred, and it kept getting the kids' shoes and their clothes, and the next thing you know, the park was gonna go there, they went to other parks because the stuff was so loose. And it gathered in my hands, they would come down slides, and they were eating it.
That was my,
Just FYI.
Is it gonna be a solid, I know it's gonna have drainage, but it's gonna be a solid piece of rubber, or is it gonna be that aggregate?
It's a poured-in foundation. It's almost like a rubber mat.
We just want to let y'all be aware, kids with boot tongues.
Can I ask a question about the
Yeah.
submarine? What exactly will that look
When you get
like?
on,
I see the plaque, but what exactly will the actual?
What they're looking at is the actual sale from the USS Tennessee, which is the part, but it is we work for, we're looking at Smyrna now, but a gentleman I talked to is on the board, and he said, you know, that they're having trouble finding that location to just put the money in for 85 million for lost. And after I talked to him, I asked him if they were.
Yeah, any
Right.
thoughts
Yeah.
where you want, you're thinking about where it might look best?
Yeah, we didn't get that far, sorry, love.
Like how big is it? It's pretty big, right? It's massive, right? So we probably have to go
Yeah.
like in the back
It'll-
somewhere.
It'll draw a lot of people. If you guys say that if we can get it, we can put it up there somewhere, and we'll have to figure out.
How big is it, you know?
Oh, it's
Pretty good size.
about the tail of a 737.
You're talking about like the size of this room,
It's probably from me to you, maybe a
Yeah.
little bit further, depending
Okay.
on what type summary it is.
possibly
Okay.
the
Now,
length of this
when
room.
is it gonna be
That'd be neat.
decommissioned? When is it gonna be decommissioned?
I don't know.
Well, that's a long shot, but it would be neat to have it up here.
Phase one is find location and directly just, where I'm assuming is the Brandon Stone with the names of these 85 million grave. And then they're looking at us, having the static display.
Once it's commissioned.
I mean, we actually could go to the end of where the dog tag pavilions are.
I was gonna say, we got that monument. Can we not just like go this way with
Yeah.
it?
I know it's a long shot, but it would be nice.
Would a letter from the city officials and mayor help, you think?
Yeah.
Something? Maybe take some pictures of the area that we have already and what we have available, because we do have a lot of space.
You got the
That we can
address
utilize.
or a contact, you,
I
or-
have, I do have an address. I don't have it with me now.
Get it to Leslie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll work up a letter. We'll get something put out.
Yeah, and he was part of this foundation for a while.
Exactly,
So, I
exactly.
mean,
I mean,
maybe.
like I said before, if it wasn't
Makes
for
sense
her,
to
there
me.
wouldn't be no park up here now.
So
No,
if you are
you're right.
willing, a motion and a vote will be great since it's such a big project.
oh, okay, on the, what we just talking about?
Yeah, giving them permission to go ahead and try to
Oh, yeah, try to get,
obtain them.
yeah, okay. We need a
Tennessee
motion and a
Submarine
second
Memorial
on that,
Association.
to go ahead and try to obtain that.
I'll make a motion that we give them permission to whatever. Not a very good motion, but
I got you.
I always let Leslie do
It'll
my
sound a lot
motion.
better in the minutes, I promise.
I'll say.
We got a motion and a second.
Motion by Brian Bumpus, second by Darrell Allison. Mayor Odom,
Yes,
Brian Bumpus,
Yes.
Darrell Allison,
Yes.
David Wood.
Yes.
Vote 4 yes, motion is passed.
Thank you. Do y'all have any other questions for me or any
anybody
other
got
park
any
members?
questions on the board?
All right, well, thank you for
I
your time.
appreciate y'all coming up, and keeping us informed. It's- Like I said, communication goes a long ways.
It does. And I understand with all this weather and stuff we've been having, it's been hard.
Oh, it's been tough.
Yeah, but summer's coming, spring's in the air. All right, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll get back on the agenda. I'll get to y'all here just in a second. I gotta get back on my agenda, then we'll get Mr. Martin, is that right? We'll get with you here in a minute. Seth, you got the floor.
All right, I'll try to make it quick. We got the ARP project. It's going. They're continuing to drill. The drilling should be done by the end of this week. And then the pump testing, this is what they're estimating. The pump testing should be underway next week. So we'll actually hopefully be able to know really what how much water that we're dealing with. The indication so far, and Andy is, I think, talked to them on site and been out there with them on site some too, and can add to this. But I think it's looking positive on the volume of water. They're really feeling like it's going to be on the upper end, or maybe a little better than what they were thinking originally. So, yeah.
Okay.
And there's two pretty good pockets of water. The one is around at 250 feet, and then they think down deeper too. They could be a little bit more.
Okay.
So hopefully by the middle of by end of next week, we'll know something on the pump test.
Okay.
I know Kenneth had talked to me this morning and wanted to know sort of, hey, are we going to get done by, this ARPA
Our
deadline? And we're running close. It's September 30th is when we're supposed to be finished with all this. Kind of what the way the schedule is looking now, by, middle of this month, we'll have the well drilled and the pump tested. Then that way we can put the proper size pumps and do the design to send it to TDEC. We should be able to have that to TDEC by May 1st. Construction, since we don't have to bid this, it's already under this company's purview, should be able to start by June 1st. That gives us 4 months to get the pump, and the line laid. And from what I understand, the contractor is looking at local subs to lay the line, local contractors around here, and have already looked at it. So I think that's going to really help us. If they follow through with that, I think they can do it not only better, but probably more cost effective than if this company was, maybe self-performing that. But this company does specialize in the well pumps, and they will do all that part themselves. So it's on track, but it's going to be really cutting it close.
Tight.
It will be. It really will be. And so we're also going to be in communication with TDEC as this gets closer to the deadline to see if there will be what they will do as these projects, because we're not the only one in this same boat. There's communities all over the state that are going to be pushing up next to the deadline. So TDEC, I think, will offer some guidance as we go along. So that'll be up to us to keep track of that and keep the city informed as we're going along.
Did we say what size casing did we stay with?
They started up at the top. It's a 12, and now we're going to an 8 down below. They drilled a 10-inch hole, but it looks like that the 8's actually going to fit better through they actually hit, which is good news. They hit some fractured material, which is what they want to hit to let water yield in there. And so it was a little more fractured than what they originally thought. What that did though is it made them have to use a small. We're going to try to use a 10. Down there, but we're using an 8, but it's still going to yield probably a lot more water. Yeah.
Quite a bit of water.
Yeah. So that's right now. That's what it's looking like. That it'll be an 8-inch casing, past I think 138 feet. The top part's 12 to down to 138 feet, and then from there down to the 250 range, they'll be putting excuse me, I think it's 90. Told you wrong. To 93 feet, it's 12-inch. From 93 down to 138, it'll probably go to 8. They think they may actually be able to do it uncased when they get down below that, which will also be good because that's going to let the maximum amount of water in. So we'll see how that goes when they get there. But it's 8-inch.
Sounds like everything, we're just gonna be a little tight on time, but we'll manage that, maybe.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Next on my list was the rural development projects. We actually have started work on this now. We got the environmental report underway, and then the preliminary engineering report is being done on this. One of the grants that the city is eligible for is this search grant, they call it, and that's an acronym, but basically allows the environmental and the preliminary engineering to be paid for through a grant. So the city didn't have to come out of pocket with it. The audit that I think we're waiting on from the municipal auditor is something that will hold us up from being able to receive that grant until that's done. But what Ryan Engineering is going to continue with the report, and we'll do that, and we'll just, like we always do, we will wait before we bill until you get to a point to where we see if that grant's going to go through. Okay, so it's not going to be we're just going to operate like we normally do. This search grant is something that, though, if it does come through, then the city won't have to pay for that. It'll just be all from USDA. But the three, we actually met with the city staff a few weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago, I guess, and about the kind of some of the priorities. So we're putting together a budget. But I think one thing that we've talked to the board about before is one of the main things is the water tank. That's at Gray's Crossing, the big tank. And, you know, you can see that it's aging and we've done,
Fast.
yeah. And we've known that for a while, but this will be our chance to get that funded. But USDA is also encouraging us to look at other things. You know, the other things that were on the list were upgrades to the water treatment plant. The high service pumps that are there. We're going to look at it, including a budget item to have those upgraded. And then also looking at the clear well capacity to see, we're going to, depending on how much water this well makes, we're going to go back and look to see if the clear wells actually need an upgrade or not. And they may not. We may have plenty of capacity there. But if it looks like we do need to, according to the state's design guidelines, then we'll plan for that in this budget. So those are the main things at the water plant that will allow, and it will allow for future use of, if we get more water into the plant, then we can put more water out into the system. And then a third item, which was brought up and I think is really good, is that we're going to put a budget together on is automatic read meters. And so, you know, probably the AMI, which is the advanced meter infrastructure where they read back into the office, you know, that's really appealing, I think, to have where you can not just read once a month, you can read anytime. They can be polled, those meters can be polled, you can see what's going through the system.
You wouldn't believe what all you can do with them. It'll tell you flow, electricity, it'll tell you by the minute. If you've got an appliance that's kicking on, water be the same way. It can tell you to the minute when it leaks, whatever. They're nice.
That's amazing. Yeah, and I think, you know, with that kind of level of detail, it also will even, Andy's got a lot of detail already in what he's got, but, you know, when those reports, you could run a report over a certain zone and, you know, look at it on a daily and compare it to what the meter reads too. So it'll be kind of a double check on, you know, on what some of the zone meter readings are also.
Losing. Through old meters. Oh, yeah.
That was part of the TAUD water study that we had done. That was one of the big recommendations, was going and changing out our old meters because we are probably
Oh, yeah.
selling a lot. Yeah, they're using a lot more water than what we're getting metered for, so.
Electric meters were the same way. The old dial type meters have years ago. It's all slow.
Yeah.
It's a meat system.
Yeah. And
They flew all the way.
well, and on to what Leslie was saying too is, and she brought this up the other day, but they also, like, you know, those meters, they pick up at low, they miss a lot of low flow, a lot of them. They might pick up at, you know, turn something on wide open and it picks up pretty accurately. But when you a lot of times you miss that low flow. If somebody has a leak, a very small drip on their side, sometimes the older meters, they won't pick that up, you know. And even the standard's not all that high. The AWWA standard, I think, is a quarter gallon a minute. But you think about that. If you had a quarter gallon a minute going out without, you know, you having bad accuracy on that. So these new meters are, I mean, they're set up to pick up very low flow too, which I think will be a big help.
One thing that would help on that is you would have a constant read whenever you get cold weather like we had at the end of last month and part of this one. They could pull them every 3 or 4 hours. It automatically alarms you. That's just like the zone meters are now. You get alarms whenever you hit a certain flow rate, correct? Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I got to say, I want to commend y'all for y'all's job that y'all done the end of January, 1st of February. Y'all, you know, that was one of the worst parts of getting ice off the road. Y'all stayed with it. I know a lot of people got a little fussy about it, but there's just not a lot you can do with ice when you got salt. We did exceptionally well with our water this time. I mean, And I'll put the biggest
Yeah.
part of that on the zone meters. We have got leaks that we had for years stopped. They're not there no more. Is it a little pricey? Yes, it probably is. But is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it in my opinion.
We cut, what we cut off, 8 weeks.
That had busted pipe.
Last time we cut off 800,
600. We had the outage.
Yeah,
600.
that's, y'all done a good job on that.
Would these new meters enhance the zone meters?
Yes, they work hand in hand. We'll know when a pipe
We're
breaks
gonna
it.
do some study this, and we're gonna find something that we think we can make them actually talk. If we find the right company, we can make them talk.
Yep. And so Andy can compare, and he can take one of the zones, and he can say, okay, in the Cooley Ford zone, or whatever whatever it's called, he can compare what that meter's reading to the sum of all those customer meters in there. And you really be able to tell at any time what that loss is in that zone. So it'll take it to the next, to the next level on that. Oh,
They are super accurate, the ones we deal with.
10% of revenue. Hang on, wait.
yeah. What,
And you'd
what,
probably be able to tell customer side versus the city side too, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And one of the other things, like, and I think Leslie brought this up the other day too, but she'll be able to answer customer questions. Like if customers call in and they're like, hey, it actually can preempt and you say, hey, look, you got a leak. It thing will put out a leak report for you, not just once a month, but it'll put it out daily, and you can flag it. You say, hey, we just wanted to, and I'm not saying the city should have to do that, but the information will be there to support. Somebody calls in with a complaint and you say, well, it looks like you got a toilet running. It has been running for, for 8 days in there, because you'll see that graph. Yeah.
We got people that complain with these high bills. We can detail ours. We can bring them in, set them down, pull it up on the computer, detail it down to every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We can tell you when you turn your coffee pot on.
That's amazing.
It's voltage.
And it also will open up so many hours for the guys because
Oh, yeah, reading meters.
reading meters, number one, they read them every single one, every time, every month. So you've got 4 guys, 4 days out of the month doing nothing but reading meters. And then on top of that, you usually have 2 that will have to go out several times during the day, 8, 9 times during the day, check someone's meter, check a misread, check high usage, and we're constantly able to call them. And with this new system,
You can pull it.
I can just pull it up.
On,
I'll pull it up, yeah. And I can tell exactly, what's going on. I don't know, we have probably 3 or 4 work orders today just checking, and it's human error, but of course, they have their head down in a hole in the ground with mud and water and ice and everything else, and misreads happen. So and then when they do that, then when they have to read the meter, and then we have to go through every single meter on the computer, and we look at every single meter, and we try to flag high usage or misreads or whatever, and then we have to send them back out to the meter to get another reading to check it. So, it will open up their time tremendously. Yeah, and the office, because it takes us probably 4 days to get through every meter to be able to make sure that, we've tried to flag everyone that maybe looks suspicious, or sometimes the meters will lock up and they don't read at all. So it's high usage, it's no usage, it's, mysteries, stuff like that. So it's a big wish list, but I think that it would be.
You got to contact where to get the meters and the prices.
Yeah, we do. And we've done a few different brands and things. And I think that's something good that y'all can interview some other utilities when you get to making that. We've got good numbers to put this report together, but when it comes down to how you specify what you specify, I think it'd really be good to go talk to some neighboring utilities and just get their opinion, because they're going to give you the best. They're going to give you the rundowns. Like, we like this system because this, or this is what we would change.
Battery life is a big issue.
Yeah.
So we've already talked about, the best ones that have the best battery life.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Riggle told me, he said, his house,
Yeah.
What's a laptop? He just called a customer, hey, you know,
They're super accurate.
they really like it, theirs, really.
What kind of a total project cost are you looking at on, if we was to consider the AMI meter?
You probably a budget number would be between, it just, everything included, $500 to $600 a meter. So you're talking about what, 1,500 connections?
1,300.
Well, we have 1,230 active meters, but we probably have close to 1,330 inactive, like altogether, inactive and active.
So 1,330, let's just say on the high side times 600. I mean, you could go close to $800,000 on a project like that. You might be a little better, but that's just, you know, the meter plus the install labor, plus if you got to make any changes to the boxes, that's kind of an average kind of price.
In case of long dry areas, put in antenna to boost the
That's right.
speed, get it back to the.
Well, on average,
Yes.
people are saving around 10%.
Well, and that's I mean, that's really good. I mean, that's probably on the high end, but it still shows you, I mean, that's real numbers, because the thing about it is that they can look at, they've got it. They can look at prior month, they can look at prior year, and they can show exactly what they're picking up. So those are real numbers if it's coming from the billing. And you know, that's instant revenue too. It's like revenue that you weren't getting. I mean, that's, you know, you know, that water you were missing, you should have sold it. It was going through and you weren't picking up. So if you start picking that up, that's translates right into revenue.
If we done, I know we don't like to talk about capital outlay, but if we could do something like that, or through, what was it, we borrowed money through that time?
It would be, the USDA would be grant and loan. So everything would grow through the USDA.
Okay.
Just like our Mobby Lane and our water tank.
We did the sewer project that time. We borrowed money for the Tennessee, what was it?
Tennessee Municipal League.
Yeah.
This will offload
This all
through
comes
USDA.
through the, rural development.
Trying to get all three of them at once.
Right.
You know, depending on, that all depends on how much it will cost too. Like, you know, we have to consider how much our monthly payments are going to be. So we may have to scale back, you know, on a few of these things.
We know
So
the tank thing's going on.
that's definite, no matter what. Yeah,
Basically.
no, it's probably going to be close to.
Yeah, it may be close. We looked at the other day. I mean, we might be close to, you know, million.
I don't even want to say it, but we were close to $1 million on the tank.
Yeah, because we keep getting newer, and you know, as we've looked at it over the years, you know, we keep getting newer data on these tank projects. But yeah, they're getting really expensive.
We may have to do some structural. We don't have to patch one hole, and we don't know what the bottom of that tank looks like. I mean,
Yeah, that's exactly right.
when we done this one up here and it's smaller, it was 600, 7,000.
Well, you've got the tank and then the two clear wells, yeah, and it was $416,900. Those three.
At that time, we could have done both tanks for $1 million,
Yeah.
and we didn't do it.
Angie said
I tried.
Now we're gonna do one for $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hindsight's always 20.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ain't nothing don't ever get cheaper,
No, that's for sure.
or not in my lifetime it hadn't.
But yeah, well, we'll keep pushing forward on those. And then I'm looking at the rest of them on my list. The Kentucky Lake Reserve, y'all have already heard from Mr. Harmon and the Planning Commission, and there's no new developments from us on that. Sykes Boulevard, no updates on that one that I have.
Okay.
And then the infrastructure planning grant, that's the one that we got awarded on the sewer. And I was actually going to ask Leslie, have you heard anything from the contract from the state? Have they already?
Yes, the contract has been signed by the mayor and sent back in.
Okay, good.
So everything is,
Okay,
and it's been approved.
okay, good.
Is the Sykes Boulevard guy, is he still planning on doing that, or is he, have y'all had any conversation with him?
Oh, yeah, he's.
Okay.
He's waiting, I think he's waiting on
He-
the upper part.
Yeah, he got all and I guess there is an update on that. We got the plans worked out. We figured out how to, he was kind of asking about, trying to get us to participate in under the road. We got that figured out. It's not going to cost them any more to bring that 8-inch under there. And so we're going to get what the city wanted to, to have that upgrade under the road. And what we're doing right now is we've got to send the plans off to the state to get approval. But what y'all looked at is what we've got down, and what we're going to send into the state. Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
No, I'm good. Yes, that infrastructure planning grant was to go and we're going to try to camera as much of the system as we can. Yeah.
I think we're fixing to get all our system flush and cameras.
We definitely need to get this section going down this way. We know we've got there.
We'll get that easy. We'll get that. It's a footage deal. I think we'll get. Yeah, it's pretty good footage.
Yeah, it is, and there's good companies doing that camera work now that we can. Mhm.
And camera, give us, get it all.
We had almost 1.3 million gallons of infiltration that we sent to Erin this month. All of the ice that melted and the rain that we had in February, it was close to 1.3 million, more than what we actually had with our customers. So it was over 2 million gallons that we sent to Erin this month.
We know we've got a serious problem right through here. We tried with our camera, but it's so dirty in there. I work between there and Dove Eagle.
I've never seen that much come through there.
Still a
though.
lot better than ever was.
It is, but
We
it's
got a long way to go.
been 2 million gallons. That's going to be a nice.
Remember the day, remember when we used to do that in the day?
Whew, it's rough.
We used to get 2 million gallons a day, remember?
So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're excited to get that going.
We won't find any problems.
That's it? You got anything else?
No, other than just, on that sewer, that Cameron, that will allow us to plan, and that's really the purpose of those grants,
Right.
is to plan those
Plan.
improvements. Yeah. So that'll be a big help, but no, that's all I have.
Y'all got any questions for Seth? Well, we appreciate you being here tonight and getting us up to date. I know it's been a couple of months. We're kind of running late tonight, or a little later than we usually do. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see, we done the park. I'm gonna skip we'll go back to personal hiring in a minute. Mr. Martin, you wanna address the board?
Well, it was about about having more than one house on a meter. I was gonna say, the property was like that when I bought it in '98. It's not like I was trying to beat anybody. This is the way it was set up originally. Put a trailer in the lot, ran separate water on it. It has its own meter and everything else. And all I was trying to say was, I'm not trying to beat the system or anything.
Right. So the trailers, how many dwellings you have down there?
4 total. At my house, bungalow, cabin, and trailer. Trailer had its own wall.
Okay.
As I said, when I moved in there, I think it was '98.
The property he's talking about is down there, Cool Cat. You know where Cool Cat's is on the highway, on the block building down there. You sell catfish, or maybe still do. I don't.
No, that, when I was visiting year round.
Okay. So it's right there. It's your house is right beside that building.
Yeah.
And then you got that building. Then there's a cabin, a Western Cedar cabin behind it, if I remember right.
That cabin behind it, a bungalow up on the hill.
Okay, up on the hill. Then the trailer's by it, you got a meter on it by itself.
Yeah.
Are they used for residences, or are they rentals, or
Resident.
full-time residents for somebody?
Most of the time, yeah.
We, Of course, we're just in the discussion mood, or mode, not the mood, but the mode on this, so, we really hadn't, the last thing we talked about was actually, that's still on the agenda, but we've talked about the businesses like the stores. We're working on them right now for sure, like businesses that sell, like Teeter's is, the barbecue place, Ace Hardware, the dollar stores, the bigger stuff right now. What we're actually working on at this time. But we have discussed the multiple dwellings on 1 meter going to a commercial rate. We really hadn't made any decisions on that yet.
Side 3 dwellings would stay.
That's what we talked about.
We talked about 3 dwellings
Staying at the
residential dwellings. So, we really hadn't got that far yet in what our actual nailing anything down yet.
Well, what would the difference in the rate be? For example, our water bill.
Yes, sir, I know which went up.
Usually runs about $68.
Right.
So what would that be if that had been on?
What's a commercial rate, Leslie, right now?
$73.53,
Okay, what's a residential?
$36.22. That's minimum bill. How many, and that's for, it's the same, so
But you're
commercial's
talking-
based.
so a minimum bill of $36 would go to $76,
Well, that's minimum, but he said his bill normally runs
60.
68, so you're talking from 68 to 73.
$5. I know that's
For the commercial rate.
per commercial rate.
Well, see, what I was concerned about was you were gonna limit being put in 3 more meters and all this stuff. And
No, sir. We're just gonna go, if we're actually talking about leaving 3 residentials, like they are. But if it does go to commercial rate, it would just be like a $5 increase on the 1 meter.
And then whatever the usage is.
Then whatever, your minimum would go.
How many
No,
gallons is on
minimum.
the minimum?
Well, and
Commercial.
beginning July 1st, it'll be 0.
Zero.
So it'll be based on the actual
Usage.
usage, which is $7.20 per thousand for commercial versus $6.30 per
Yeah,
thousand.
so it ain't, I
So
mean.
you're talking, 90 cents per thousand difference.
90 cents per thousand.
what the most it should be is maybe $10 increase.
10, 11, plus
10.
your tax will add a little bit to that. But
Yeah,
you're looking-
taxes would add a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotta have those taxes, right. But as of right now, it's not gonna be any change anytime soon. Right now, we're still trying to get the main businesses, the big businesses on a commercial rate first. Then we was gonna back off and look at multiple dwellings on.
Well, what I was trying to get across, our concern was, as I said, because we just don't have the money.
No, sir.
And to me, that would be ridiculous. You got lines that have been buried. I have
Yeah.
nobody knows.
No, sir. That's.
So what I'll do is we have Pool Cat listed on the business
Right.
customers, and I will take him off of that and put him on the multiple
Resident.
resident list.
Resident.
So that'll be a totally different
That'll be a totally
conversation.
different or whatever, yeah.
Cool Cat is out of it.
That's what I'm saying. We had it listed as a business,
Okay.
but now that you say it's no longer a business and it's all residential up there, I'll take it off the business list and put it and keep it on the residential list.
He has 2 meters right now, right?
He's
One
got
for
2
the-
meters right
yeah,
now.
one
One
for
for
the
the trailer
trailer
and.
and one
one
And
there.
one meter that has,
One for the other 3.
right. So right now he has 1 meter with 3 residents and 1 meter with one trailer.
One resident. Does the one resident pay their own bill
Yes, sir. That's included in the rent.
in the rent? Are both of them under your name?
I think yes, yes,
Both meters are under your name,
yes.
but you include that rent for that trailer. They don't pay the bill, right? They don't come up here and pay the bill. for that?
Yes, they do.
They do, okay.
But because, well, it's just like on the electric, electric is in my name, even though each customer has to pay their own bill.
Right.
So that, for example, if you moved out, water bill wasn't paid, it gets cut off, then they're gonna come back to me, and I have to pay that big fee to have it turned back on, so that's why everything's in my name, the bill goes to them, they pay.
So you have your residence and 2 rentals on the meter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that would be a little bit different scenario, because we're talking about residential and not rentals. You all had talked about separating from
Family.
it being
like-
family versus rental property. So, I mean, that's just, again, they're just now starting the
We're
discussion.
just now
so
discussing, we're
it's a
just now
lot to
discussing all of
consider.
that, so. Like I said, our main goal right now is to get all these businesses that's right here in the city on a commercial rate. And we did discuss rental property, but we're just in the discussion of that, so. But, right now, everything's gonna stay just like it is, so I know, you can keep up with our meetings, what we discuss through,
YouTube channel?
YouTube channel. All this is, you can watch every bit of it on YouTube and keep up with it if it comes, starts getting close. You can come back to another meeting when we get to that part of the discussion. But there's several people that's been up here about the same thing. Just keep in touch with us. Okay? Appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Andy. You got anything you want to say? Okay. I just want to say again, I appreciate y'all keeping the water on this winter.
We lost 10 people. Before we went down.
You lost what?
10,
10 what?
10 people.
10 feet.
Last year we lost 20. We did about 130,000 gallons. At the lowest point, we was only there for like,
Day, 2 days.
yeah, day or 2 days. And
Even though they couldn't have pumped it anyway, but we didn't buy anything from here, did they?
flow meters caught everything on the outside. Our flow meters are on dead end lines on the outside. Our inside infrastructure, the little right here, I don't really have nothing. We got one customer over here that hit me for
77.
77,000 in 1 house. They hurts.
Yeah.
I had it, we had it, we went down to my gravel, we had it when we was coming, we was getting a foot a day. And all of a sudden they plateaued on me, we worked and beat us.
Finally found it.
Because they don't have alarms on inside right there. So they were
So that's
noticing
where-
the tank level was
Yeah,
depleting.
Maybe you could tell right where it was at.
It got alarmed, we got it off.
It would have told you right which meter it was on.
So that's what really.
And we didn't, of course, they couldn't have pumped it no way, but Aaron, we couldn't do, we ain't bought no water from Aaron all winter.
I went down there,
It's been over a year.
turned my pumps on, those right before this to get ready, in case we had to buy from them.
Leslie, what did you say about the sewer? About how many gallons went through?
2 million.
It was 2 million altogether, and we only billed for, what did I say, less than 500, right at 500,000.
And what was the difference due to?
Infiltration, yeah.
The what? Infiltration?
But we know we've got this one area that starts at Teeters and goes down to about Dove Hill. We know we've got a leak. And the only way you're gonna be able to find it is either get a good camera in there or smoke it. I don't know if we can find it with smoke. Yeah.
Yeah,
They get
this,
it all cleaned, they will see cracks, boots, all the boots, they'll fix all the boots from the manholes. That's what we got a lot of things.
So Aaron's fine with what we built.
I mean, they're going to get paid for it, so.
Yeah. And we're reading it off our meter now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So,
I mean, the
That's
reading
good.
is accurate.
Okay.
That's the most we've sent in over a year and a half. Yeah.
Probably 2 years,
Okay, yeah, it's been that long.
but it's been dry.
Okay, y'all got anything you want to address the board with?
Sure.
Okay,
So you guys got the little packet,
oh, yeah.
for the, is that what you wanted, or?
Fire department?
Fire department?
Stoney's moved his.
Do what?
I said, you've moved yours somewhere, huh?
I moved, I got it, right.
There you go.
All right, so, January, we had 9 calls total. EMS assist, a couple wrecks without injuries, fire alarm investigation, couple structure fires, 3 structure fires and mutual aid, call for Houston County, and then EFD. Aaron Fire Department, helped them out as well. February, we're down to 3 with the EMS assist, 2 fire alarms, and no fires. We did have some actually really exciting news. Hopefully you guys know about it. If not, then you can smile and say, wow, that's awesome. We got a $74,000, almost $75,000 grant from the
Okay.
state. Sorry.
That's good.
Yeah. So we've got a couple things that we're going directly into, which would be the SCBA's, replacing those that have needed to be replaced for a while. And then we're going to get some more turnout gear for a couple firefighters as well. And we've got some updates to the station. I was able to get my hands on a lot of computers. And I went through, wiped them, cleaned them, basically refurbished them. We've got 8 new to us, training computers that the firefighters can come in anytime, log on to Tennessee Online Training, do their monthly training, and then some if they want. We've got three computers going to the offices, and then we've got a file server on building to keep track of the different files we need for, keeping track of stuff. Also, we've got upcoming training. We've got a 16-hour class put on by the state. Most of our firefighters are needing that. Well, 6 of them are, I guess. Then once that's done, we're going to move right into the 64-hour state-sponsored training, and then we'll do a live burn as well. So at that point, any of our firefighters could legitimately go and test for the firefighter 1 and 2 state certifications. So that's a good thing. Staying with the training, so far we've had January we did the Vanessa K free state required training. February we did bloodborne pathogens, and this month we're going to be working on our hazmat training. There's some team of training coming up this coming weekend, and I think there might be a couple guys attending that as well. So we continue to train and build for a better fire department in Tennessee Ridge.
Right.
Seems to be coming along with it.
Y'all doing a good job.
Thank you.
Were the 3 structure fires, were they individual residences?
The one was out on Waverly Road. That was right after we got all the snow and ice. I think I saw you were going out there spreading salt for us, weren't you? Somebody was. Yeah, you guys, when we were filling up at the dam. And then we had the one in Aaron was, I'm not sure where that one went or where that one came from. That was Clark Hardwoods, their maintenance building burned down.
Oh.
And I'm not sure on the third one. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the one.
A partial. It was
Yeah,
a partial.
that's right. Yeah, I was out of town on that one. So that's, I will say, when I moved down here 3 years ago, and I told the guy that was working on our house that I was joining the fire department, he said, they're not worth anything. They're just good at saving foundations. Well, we've we've come a long ways. And, we've got, we're still volunteer. We don't stay at the station. And, most of us work full-time jobs. But when we're called, we come running. And I like to think we're a lot better at more than saving foundations now. We're getting the training, we're getting on site quick.
I guess y'all still got several people involved now too. Crew and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We got our newest guy, Sean. He just graduated CFR Academy up in Clarksville last month. I think he's end of February. Yeah, so it's been last month. And he's excited. He's jumped right in, both feet. Couldn't be happy to have him on. And we're getting just about full.
So how many do we have now, fully trained?
Fully trained. Fully trained that I would go into a fire with, I would say there's probably about 6 to 7 of us. And the rest of the guys will have the training. We got the 16s coming up in April. Like I said, we got six guys that need that. And then there's at least 6, probably 8 that will need the 64. So they work in different layers. Like the 16, you got to have that. You still show up on scene, but there's no going into a fire, no going into a structure at all with just a 16. You're there, you're helping out. You can throw water from the outside, but that's it. 64, you get a little more involved. You do the live burn, and then you're fully certified to go in, fight fires, search and rescue, whatever you're called upon to do. But that's been my goal since I came on, was get the training, back up to where the standards should be, that at any one time, anybody on the fire department can, feel safe enough and have the training to be able to go into a fire and find somebody if need be. And it's going that way. It's come a long ways. So like I said, we're training everyone.
Y'all doing a good job.
Thank you.
And what is this week?
It is National Volunteer Firefighters Recognition Week.
Oh, okay.
I want y'all to let y'all know that. I couldn't exactly remember the exact word of it, so I was like, what is it again? So thank you.
We appreciate everything you do for
Yeah,
us.
we appreciate it. I know it's a lot of work, a lot of training for nothing.
Well, that's the best. That's what you can all hope for. I had a buddy up in, cause I still volunteer at Woodlawn as well. And my one buddy's like, oh man, it's gonna be boring if we don't get any calls. And I'm like, dude, I'd rather be bored than be busy.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah, I was a volunteer at Cunningham, and we were busy.
It was funny when I came down here and I was talking to the chief. I'm like, well, how many calls do we get? He goes, if we're busy, we might get 6 calls. I'm like, a night, a week? He goes, no, it's a month. A month.
In one day.
Oh my goodness.
But you still have to have the same amount of training.
Yes.
And you still have to have the equipment, and you have to
Yep.
have the support as if you're answering 16 calls a day.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you still have to have that in order
Yep.
to serve the public. So we
That's
do
it.
appreciate everything you all do.
Thank you.
It's a
Yeah, we
thankless
appreciate
job, and
everything.
we do appreciate it.
Like I said, we appreciate everything y'all do.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up and staying late.
My battery's about dying. on my phone.
All righty then.
Thank you.
Up to, the,
I think it's up to me. I don't have anything there.
okay,
Unless y'all have questions.
the weather personal hiring. We'll talk about that. Sid with us.
Is Sid asleep?
Yeah, Sid, you got anything to add to tonight's meeting so far?
No, I don't have a thing, Mayor. It all really sounds good. Every report sounded good tonight. So that's all I have.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Sid, you got anything to add to tonight's meeting?
Oh, I already said, I guess you didn't hear what I said.
No.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, everything sounds good with all the reports have been good tonight, and I don't have any comments or anything to add, and I don't know of any issues that have come up since last meeting that I need to tell you about. So
Okay.
it's all good.
Okay. Well, we're fixing to discuss the hiring of a city manager here for a little bit, then we're gonna hopefully
Okay.
got left to talk about, so. Okay, the floor is open.
Well, I would still like to make a motion to approve the plan that Leslie gave us back in, I believe, August. And I guess that would take effect on.
When did you?
June
be here
June
30
the
days
31st, at the beginning of the new.
It'd be April 1st.
Huh?
If it passed, it'd be April 1st.
April 1st.
I know we discussed, refresh my memory again, on it's not gonna really cost the city anything for the first, with your overtime and everything, it's gonna be just like it has been.
My suggestion, if you all agree with the proposal, is leave the budget the way that it is to finish out this fiscal year. There's no need to do a budget amendment. Diane has agreed to continue as the safety director until July 1st, and there won't be a budget amendment. And then during our budget work sessions, the actual salaries and so forth will be discussed during that time.
Of course, I've said, I think some others have said too, I'm about pushed. I don't want no more tax increases. I don't want no more water increases. I don't want any increases.
I mean, we've hit them pretty hard. I did the rough numbers originally when I had presented it. And then last week I just kind of punched some numbers in, and there won't be an increase of anything, even if we are able to hire another office person. Because that's gonna be coming out of like 70% water and then 30% general. So that salary for the office worker, which we had talked about, because Diane is planning on retiring in the next 2 or 3 years. It'll get another person in the office while I can train Diane. This person can, start taking over her position. So when I plugged in the rough numbers, I did not see anything that would suggest we would have to raise rates or taxes just for the purpose of this, because the proposal that I presented, the salary that I presented is actually less than what you're paying me now with all my overtime. The only increase would be the raise that Diane would get and then the office worker.
So I take it that your overtime, you would go 40 hours a week.
I'll be an exempt employee. No overtime. July 1st. We'll just keep it the way that it is now, because there's no sense in, we're sitting in the middle of March, right? So we only have, 4 more months? There's just no sense in doing anything. And Diane's agreed, because it's going to take me a little bit to get her to where she can even start doing what she needs to do. So it's not like she's going to be dumped with a whole big load of responsibility. I feel like it's going to be like it has been for the last few years, without any more responsibility on her. So that being said, this year there will be no increase. The only thing that we're looking at is if we're able to get an office worker.
And no reflection, you or if it be a rank stranger, I personally would recommend a 6-month probation period. I mean, I would
That
recommend
would
that
just
for
be a
anybody.
smart thing to do.
And you'd want to do that on the front end, not saying that Leslie would ever
No,
go off the deep end, but if she retired in 2 years
right.
and we had to hire another one, then we could always say we started from the get-go requiring her.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty
It's level
across the board,
Yeah.
6 months. I mean, even
Ain't that kind of what y'all?
when, anytime you move up, you're on 6 months.
So the thing with the state law though is if you hire someone as a city manager, you cannot do anything up until a year. So you have a year. And you have to keep that person in that position unless there's like, fraudulent activity or, something like that. So it is a year before you can do any changes to the
So a
city
year of
manager.
probation?
Well, that's just state law. I don't really know. You'd have to be able to, I don't really know what they consider reasonable termination. I don't really know. But I do know that even when Dana was here, he had discussed the fact that it is a year.
Things like malfeasance and misconduct and stuff like
Yeah.
that. you
Yes,
have
yeah.
grounds
Anything
Anything that-
becoming,
mhm.
anything unbecoming of. a
I mean,
public
coming
official.
up, yeah. So, I mean, it's basically anything that's in our policy. We have, misconduct and we have, all the different harassments and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you do have a reason if you need to. I'm just saying that you have to be able to prove within a year, if it's before that year, of the reason of termination. And that's basically, like I said, it's in our employment policy that we passed.
So it would be a year
Mm-hmm.
instead of 6 months.
Well, I mean, I feel like,
You still do a 6 month
You
evaluation and then do a 12-month evaluation. at the
yeah,
same.
yeah. After 6 months, I would always, no matter who it is, like you said, suggest always doing some type of eval, at that, even 3 months, at that 6 month mark. And then, because you want to be able to have communication and say, look, we feel like, this area you need to work on, or, we don't know that you're doing everything that we want you to do in this area. You want to give that feedback anyway.
I think, moving forward with the board, communication,
Exactly.
sometimes that in the years past is lacked. I mean, we're just talking, we're out here, but like it is.
I mean, there's no reason why, you can't do evals, every 6 months, or you still want to anyways. You don't want to just do it that first year and be done with it. I feel like you still want to, meet with whoever your city manager may be and evaluate where they're at, what their goals are. Have they met the goals? Have they met your goals? And if not, what can be done to further along, because we want to grow. We want to continue to be better. So I
We
think
do
communication.
yearly evaluations. We're doing them right now. We do it March to March for every employee. It's just, that's the way we do it. And then for new employees, we do a 3 month eval, 6 month. If you ain't getting it by 6 months, you're probably not gonna make it, but like she said, I think you have to wait a year.
But you can still have those conversations
Yeah.
though, because if there is a area that is, not being met, I don't want to wait, whoever it may be, 6 months. Like, let's talk in 3 months and let's say, okay, this is what you said was going to happen. So where are you at? That way, if there is something lacking, then there is a goal to work toward and you can improve on that. And then the next 3 months have another conversation. To me, evaluations are not a bad thing. It brings the communication open and you can look at the shared goals and the ideas and you can decide if everyone's on the same page, right? So
And
to me, evals
sometimes-
aren't bad things.
Sometimes when you're in that position, you're kind of blind. You might not see it. And an evaluator, hey man, I'm seeing this. And it helps you be a better employee and it helps the, whenever I say company, the board, like you said, communication. That's key.
Yeah, just communication.
Was that about like it was at the sheriff department? And at city department?
We give a 3 and a 6, and then that's pretty well it.
Like you Said if you can't get sick, you ain't gonna get it.
So, is there a motion on the,
I had another, we're still over discussion. I guess, ready if you want to make a motion. Darrell, you got anything else to say?
I had the motion on the floor.
Oh, you had a motion?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Except
I did.
Leslie's proposal for it should start.
Do I hear a second?
First, but-
I'd like to second it.
We have a motion and a second to, move Leslie up to the city manager.
I feel really strange doing this roll call, so please, do as you feel you need to do, okay? Are we ready?
I can call a roll call.
Okay, well, I mean, I can do it, I'll just, Mayor Odom,
Yes?
Brian Bumpus,
Yes.
Daryl Allison,
Yes.
David Wood,
Yes.
4 yes, motion is passed.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I really look forward to continuing, working with you all.
Also, it's been a pleasure.
And I guess I'll resign at the April's meeting. That'll be 30 days after today. I've enjoyed it, been here a long time. Looks like I may actually be back
Yeah.
lower capacity.
You can't get out
You
there.
ain't going nowhere, buddy.
We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we're not gonna let you go anywhere.
We're going to party it.
Right here.
Let's adjourn, then talk about that, okay? I'm still city recorder.
Because your expertise, Kenneth, is very valuable to the city.
Well, you
You've
know,
been here for a long time and you know the inner workings just as well as anybody.
It was, you have to do this if you're going to do that. Like, you have to continue to be involved in the city because the years of knowledge, you just can't, you can't touch it.
well, I appreciate it. You know, when I got this, I was approached by Larry and he said, you want to do this? I said, I ain't got time. Well, I ended up doing it and that's been what, 20 years ago now? You know, that's like all of us up here. We just try to keep the city headed in a forward motion.
Yeah.
Stoney remembers the days
Yeah.
when everything got tabled, nothing ever moved forward. And that's part of the reason why we're in some of the binds that we're in now. The only thing I wish that we would have done different, two things. Painted both water tanks and put that cotton picking water treatment plant at the river for $3 million. Same project now is going to cost us probably $50 million.
Back how many years ago was that? 15, 20? 15, 20 years ago?
Probably
15 at least.
This down here,
Yeah. It was for the fair.
we were in the old city
Yeah, we're
hall
still
when
in
we
the
first started talking about that. So I'm going to say more like 2025.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Time passes fast. I've been here
And I wish,
38
that's one
years.
thing I wish we'd press for. And, you know, it'd have been a burden on the customers that we had at the time, but we'd have been so much better off.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't have been facing, what, $2 million in a
Yep.
holes in the ground.
But you'd have to look how many upgrades you'd probably have done to it with more people. You know, more people moving in here, you'd have to expand it.
Well, we was planning on we was going to build it to a capacity where it could serve 10,000 people.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was not going to be just no little,
Rinky dink.
like what we got now. It was going to be, we got the tap fee from TVA. I mean, it was going to be a pretty good sized water plant, but we was going to scale it back and run it the way we needed to. It wasn't going to run 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, because we didn't need that much water, and that was one of the reasons why we decided not to do it. In hindsight, I wish we'd have done it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Bought a bunch of acres here 30 years ago.
Yep.
I wish I'd have bought a bunch of acres here 30 years ago.
There is no telling how
Yeah.
much property that I could have bought in Houston
Oh,
County,
Lord.
$400 an acre.
I know it.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well, that won't ever bring it. Oh, my gosh. Hindsight's 20/20, but I appreciate y'all for the
Yep.
opportunity to work with you, and it's just time for something new to happen.
Oh, well, we appreciate it. And, Leslie, we'll look forward to working with you in the future too. I'm sure Kenneth will be back, so he ain't going nowhere.
Taking a hiatus.
I got a couple of things left, on the agenda, then I promise you we'll get out of here. I've had a couple of calls on Emerald Acres.
What?
Emerald Acres, trash. I think we wrote them a letter before and they hadn't done anything,
The rental property.
right there in front of Shorty's. It does look bad. I went by there today. and looked
I
at it.
hadn't been through
We
there.
just
in a
need to
Is it
probably
the
send it.
first, is it the second house?
I forgot my notes. I had the address.
I mean, that's, you can just let me know, because we can send a letter. You can just call and
Okay.
let me know for sure who you're talking about.
We'll send them another letter, then I know we've been in discussion about what we can do about stuff like that, so I don't know. We might have to talk to Sid, we may have to look at something like we've been
I
discussing.
think you all pawned that off of the new city manager.
No, it was pawned off on the city
I
manager.
think that's right.
Yeah. I think Sid made the comment, when you get a new city manager, that needs to be looked into.
Okay, well, it may be one of our first priorities then,
Thank
but
you, Leslie.
if we can, though, I'll get you the address, we'll send them a letter.
I have another one.
You got another one?
Had a
Just
couple-
call me.
just-
Just call me and let me know, and then we will make sure that we get letters sent out.
Is it Lakeview Circle?
Huh?
Is it Lakeview Circle?
Just give me a quick call, and we'll make sure. And then I'll make
You
sure that,
got, you
Or
got,
not Lakeview Circle, Hurricane Loop?
yeah. Just give her the address with her.
Got a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
And,
This is gonna be our. this is
and also,
Gonna be our codes.
one,
Codes
two
enforcement.
sisters
Yeah.
live up here facing our house, that trailer right there to the left in that one little acre lot.
Mhm.
It's dilapidated.
it's already, trust me, the ones you're talking about are on our list. But just call me and we'll go over everything.
And I got
Okay.
one more thing, the baseball team, we have a sign up there on the high school.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to keep that?
Do we?
It's
I mean-
it's $200.
I feel like, it's been up there, what, 4 years
Long
now, I
time.
think? 4 or
Yeah.
5 years, so.
They called me the other day, want to know if we wanted to keep the sign in there, it's gonna be like $200.
I mean, I feel like we should, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a board decision. You
Is
can
that
make a motion and,
Is that a motion?
mhm.
I'll make a motion, we keep the sign. basically.
I'll second it.
Got a
You
motion,
second? David, you second?
got a motion and a second to keep the sign?
Yes, okay. Mayor Odom,
Yes.
Brian Bumpus.
Yes.
Darrell Allison.
Yes.
David Wood.
Yes.
4 yes, motion is
Okay.
passed.
So what do I need to do for them to get their money?
Tell them just to call me. 'Cause I'll need to know, like, how to process the payment to them.
Okay, it's, I guess it's really for the high school. Oh, that's a government, I don't know how that works.
I got you.
So, okay, I'll just tell them to call you
Yep,
or
I
come
got
by.
you.
and
I
talk
got
to
you. Mhm.
Okay, good deal.
We do need to set dates for the budget work sessions, though. That's been requested.
You set days for a budget work session, this is March. You gonna start working on it next month?
I've already worked on it. No, I've been working on it. I would really like to have at least 2 in March. I feel like every time we have a budget meeting, we need to at least look at the general and the state street aid together. It's the easiest one. And then the water, we're probably going to have 2 or 3, at least 2 meetings on the water. So I would like to at least have 2 in March and then maybe 1 in April, because we've got to do our first reading in May, no later than May. And then the second reading, it has to be in June. And if it's not, then we have to meet as many times as it takes to get it passed.
Okay.
There's something else that we're gonna have, this winter, this little ice really made it rough. We've got a lot of roads that's really falling apart.
So this is the kind of discussion that we need to have at our budget meetings. Like, we
Yeah.
need to talk about what our wish list and what we want to do. And then I can
Okay.
plug in those numbers and do research, but I can't do all that in May.
Well,
So,
I'm 100% retired now, so y'all just pick.
look
you
at
gonna
you.
quit your second job?
Yes, sir.
Do we want to stay?
Well,
Do
congratulations.
we want to stay Monday?
Quitters, or
What date y'all
I'll be
think?
glad not
I'm
get
gonna be gone from the 7th to the 13th. Well, I'll be back 13th, I got another meeting,
Mm-hmm.
the 11th, at 11 o'clock here.
I mean, Mondays work for me all the time, so
I mean, the 16th.
16th and 23rd, 16th and 30th, but we have a meeting right after 30, so we'll have our first meeting in April, it'll be April 6th, so that'll be a week apart, but I would at least want to get 2 meetings set for March.
I could probably do one the 16th.
I'll be out of town the 14th through the Saturday, come back on Friday before the
Parade.
Okay, well, so we can still meet,
Yeah.
or we can do the 23rd and 30th.
23rd.
That's just back to back. I wasn't trying to,
2 Mondays in a row.
yeah.
Mondays are my slow day, so that would probably be good.
Does that sound all right with y'all?
Yeah.
Good to me. Yeah, I can make it in.
So the 23rd and 30th,
Yeah, send me a reminder.
I will send everyone a reminder. I mean, officially though, technically, you're still city manager until April 1st.
I mean,
We need to do anything on the water? On the water rates for the businesses?
That's just, we'll table it to next. Let's suit y'all?
Yep.
Okay. We'll table that to next.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'd like to make a motion, we adjourn.
We got a motion?
second.
Second?
Motion by Brian Bumpus, second by Daryl Allison. Mayor Odom,
Yes.
Brian Bumpus.
Yes.
Daryl Allison,
Yeah.
David Wood.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn,
Yes.
passed. Thank
We're
you.
adjourned. Thank you, Sid.
Yeah, good night. Good meeting.